Hi guys, today we're going to be taking a look at a South Korean duck hunter camouflage uniform set. Now actually these two are different shades and different fabric materials, so they were probably made in different eras. But just a bit of a background on this camouflage pattern. It was one of the earliest adopted by South Korea. Apparently the South Korean Marine Corps and Special Forces adopted the duck hunter pattern during the 60s and used it during the Vietnam War, and it was also used afterward primarily by reserve forces. So the one on the right is made out of an HBT fabric material, which is what the early ones used, and it does have the 5 colors like the early ones used, although I have no idea whether it was actually a piece from the 60s. This one, on the other hand, is not HBT, it's another fabric, but we'll get into that later. But basically, just from looking outside, you can see that the one on the right is more of like a lighter yellowish, and then the one on the left has like a greener color in the background. And just a bit of historical context on this pattern was first introduced by the U.S. in 1942, the M1942 or duck hunter camouflage pattern, but this is a variation worn by South Korean forces. So what we got here is, a number of different shapes and colors. So, pretty cool piece. Obviously, you get the nickname Duck Hunter because it was adopted for commercial hunting use quite frequently. It's pretty cool. So let's take a closer look. For the piece on the left, we have a uniform shirt. Primarily background color, we've got this lightish green. Then we have 4 other colors. We have a black, a dark blue, an olive green, and then a red color. And then for the shapes, we have a multitude of different shapes. Some recurring shapes include this C, and looks like a little ears right here. See it again there. And then you can kind of see these 3 shapes, and then up here, these 3 shapes. So, if you look closely, you can see that the pattern repeats itself quite a bit and is a little redundant. So for this first piece we're going to be taking a look at, one of the things you'll notice, we got 2 chest pockets and then button up with these types of buttons. It definitely does seem to be later production just based on the fabric material, and it does seem to be a little bit newer. Just overall, it doesn't seem to be used as much. I can't find any tags or markings on this one, so I'm not sure the specifics information, but this is probably a reservist one. We do have epaulets up here on the shoulders. Let's move on to the left arm. Nothing really on the arm itself. We do have, just regular wrists. I don't see any buttons for these wrists. Very simple uniform. Very, very simple. Just basic. That makes sense. If it was to be used by reserve forces, they don't need anything too crazy unless they're actually called up. The pockets are kind of small. I can fit 4 fingers, but barely. Can't really fit it in very well. Same thing here. Doesn't give a great fit, but it fits in somewhat. The main buttons are gray, and they're pretty big, although it's still a little difficult to unbutton it. But once you do have it unbuttoned, I unbuttoned all the rest. You can see the inside. Yeah, pretty standard. Nothing too crazy about this. Not too many features to write home about. I noticed there's a lot of extra material in here that hasn't really been stitched over. I feel like the buttons are just holding it together like that. No markings whatsoever that I can find. Just a very, very simple uniform. And then for the left arm, the same thing as the other one. And if you flip it over, you can see the pattern on the back. I'd say if you want to, get a good idea what this pattern looks like, look for these big black diamonds like right there and right there. Then you can kind of see how quickly it repeats. And as for the utility and effectiveness of this pattern, I'm honestly not sure. But you don't really see it in use today. I don't think any modern countries have adopted it. But, back in the day, I guess it was, very early pattern, and a lot of different people adopted it. let's move on to the pants. These I find a little bit more interesting due to their potential historicity. You look in close, the fabric is herringbone twill. We have this button with writing on it that says for gentlemen. Okay, interesting. Try to get a better zoom of that. Anyway, this one is a little bit different in terms of the color. The background, instead of being green, is more of a light tan. We do have similar colors. We got the black here, and then got a darker green, whereas in the other one it appears more blue, but this appears more dark green, and then brown, red, and yeah. But you got the same shapes, pretty much the same shapes, except it actually seems like some of them, like this is upside down. Let's see, let's compare to, hold on, right here, see, this one over here looks to be up and straight up, whereas the other one seems to be upside down. So maybe this pattern was flipped. Not sure about that. Let me look for more common things. I mean, the big shapes seem to be pretty similar, but there's some minor differences. So yeah, for the pants, we got these two pockets. They're very small, but they do go kind of deep, as you can see the seam there. The other one as well does go kind of deep. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons to button the pants up and down. So that's pretty cool. Got a little bit of another colored fabric material there. Don't see any tags in here. And then for the belt buckles, the belt loops, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 belt loops. And going down, the pants are very simplistic. No boot blouses. No pockets really on the legs, at least. But we'll flip it over. We do have 2 back pockets, pretty common, with most pants. So there you have it. Fits 4 fingers. And we'll just slowly zoom out. Yeah. Very interesting. Very, very cool. Herringbone twill. But, yeah, like I said, these 2 pieces, not made of the same material, probably not from the same era, but I just decided to feature them because they featured the same pattern. And I am going to put these up for sale. Not sure exactly about the prices, but since this is fairly common, a reservist piece, probably around $45 for each. I think that's pretty fair. But yeah, very interesting. And if you are starting a South Korean camouflage collection, make sure that you check this camouflage pattern out. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and a comment. And overall, have a blessed day.